Energy infrastructure demands maximum reliability and continuous oversight. Power substations are critical assets within the national grid, and their inspection must be precise, safe, and efficient. By implementing an automated drone inspection system powered by DJI Dock and Drone Harmony, APG has transformed the way inspections are conducted, enabling faster missions, improved team safety, and advanced data-driven insights. In this interview, we take you inside a real-world operation, from mission planning and autonomous launch to thermal analysis and intelligent reporting.
APG, the Austrian Power Grid AG, is responsible for the reliable and safe operation of the high voltage grid of Austria. We are responsible for the voltage levels of 380 kV to 110 kV. We try to keep the time of outtakes as short as possible. So before the use of drones, we had to inspect our substations in case of a thermal inspection by using a handheld thermal vision camera. So a colleague of mine in the maintenance department had to go out in the substations and inspect each component by using the handheld camera. And the challenge of a good thermal measurement is that in the best way you don't have sunlight, so it disturbs thermal measurement. You don't have windy conditions. The distance between the camera and the component should be the same at each measurement, and also the camera angle should be the same from measurement to measurement. It was really hard to get measurements which you can compare to each other because they were taken different distance to the component and also with different camera angle. APG started using docks in 2012, and in 2012 drones were big and big cameras were mounted on the drones. Nowadays we have about 85 drones in APG and about 80 drone pilots. Yeah, we use it in different cases. For example, you can imagine we have hard reachable components in our high voltage grid, like power pylons in the mountains. And a colleague of the maintenance department of these power lines had to walk through the power line each year, and it was often hard to inspect the components from above. In the worst case, he had to climb the power pylon. And by using the dock with Drone Harmony, it was possible for us to get more independent. When you think about time, the drone can fly at every time, at day, at night, and often at night you can get the best results in case of thermal inspection because you have no sunlight, the wind is decreasing. Another benefit is that you save important hours of the colleagues, because the colleagues can then be used for maybe more important work than during the thermal inspection. But the crucial part is that someone needs to analyze thermal images, and so the dock and the drone does all the work in case of taking the measurements outside in the substation. And the colleague of mine, which is used to thermal inspection, can look over the images and analyze them. We installed in 2026 about 13 docks in all over Austria, and we are now in the installation phase where we need to create these inspection routes. When we want to create such route, a colleague of mine needs to go out, take the remote controller and flies the inspection route manually. He creates the waypoints of each route, and after creating the route is imported in Drone Harmony. After this step, the inspection route can be performed at any time and without the use of a drone pilot. The major benefit by using drone in the dock is when you created this route, you get always the same images, because the drone saves the exact location where photos were taken and also the setup of the camera. You get reliable measurement and also better quality in the measurement. Thermal inspection is the best way to analyze the health state of your components in the substation. As you can imagine, there's current flows all over the wires up there, and if you have a bad contact, it produces heat. And the best way to detect a heat problem or a bad conductor is by using the thermal measurement. So by using the drone, thermal measurement can be performed with a higher efficiency. Now you can perform such thermal inspections more independent. so you can perform it at any time, and the colleague who did this in the past, the measurement outside, can be used for more important things in the company, but it should be clear that the analyzation part of the thermal images need to be done by an educated colleague of mine in thermal measurement. For sure, the system of Drone Harmony also improves the safety. In case of when one of these inspection routes is created, the colleague who starts the mission over Drone Harmony doesn't really have to think of, okay, may it collide with any components, because the routes are created by educated drone pilots. And if one route is created successfully, there's no way that the drone can collide with any components in the substation. And many of them are far away from these office substations. So the stock solutions offer the possibility to easily inspect each substation and also control the substations, instead of when you have, for example, a defect in the substations, maybe a colleague of mine is 1.5 hours away. By using the dock, it's possible at any time from any place in Austria. The colleague can log in Drone Harmony and can inspect the substation, and if a defect occurs, he gets a picture of the defect instantly.
Powered by Drone Harmony, autonomous inspections are transforming infrastructure monitoring, delivering greater efficiency, improved safety, and smarter decision-making.